Sure.
I have seen the dark shadows moving in the woods, and I have no doubt that whatever I have resurrected through this book is sure to come calling for me.
David, you look absolutely terrific, honestly. You've got like glue on.
This is where the worst begins. This is where we must stop. For beyond is the work of madness. The nightmare of insane murder and lingering death. Get inside and lock your doors. Close your windows. Someone is watching you.
Hey, Baba, revive!
Someone is waiting for you. Someone wants to scare you to death.
This is Albert from the Tuesday Show. You're listening to the goddamn Dave Hill Show, now on a flipping Monday.
Oh, no, you're an angel witch. You're an angel witch. Hello, and welcome to the Dave Hill. Oh my God, my hair is really matted. Hello, and welcome to the Dave Hill Good Time Hour with me, Dave Hill from before. Also, boy criminal Chris Gersbeck. How are you, Chris?
Hi, good. How are you?
Really great. I'll get into it. And we also want to say hello to, of course, New Jersey chicken rancher, Dez.
Evening, fellas.
I think we need a slicker nickname for Dez then.
I was just going to say how much I like it, even though I'm not sure he himself likes it.
No, it might not be entirely accurate, so I want to say to all chicken ranchers of New Jersey, I'm not trying to tough in on your territory or anything.
Is there a community for that?
I think it's
the
just
chicken rancher,
yeah.
The local.
If you were a larger
whatever.
chicken ranching concern or outfit, what have you, then I would take umbrage with a guy with 8 chickens showing up, trying to pass myself off as big time.
I think thinking out loud, to my mind, if someone has more than 3 chickens,
yeah,
they're a rancher.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, and then
they're in it.
Yeah,
three chickens. Anyone can have 3 chickens running around. You have 4, that's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
You have 8, that's a lot. That's 8. That feels like as many as, I don't know. I think I know a couple of people have more than 8.
I'd say it's like the equivalent of 3 dogs. 8 chickens is like 3 mid-sized 30-40 pound dogs.
Oh, I disagree.
Yeah,
I think it's a lot more. You gotta have the coops. I was out driving around yesterday. I might have been on my bike, if I know me. Just fucking riding around. And this is one of those things, like when you start thinking about something, you see it everywhere.
Oh yeah.
I was driving by someone's house, or I was on a vehicle of some sort, and I saw this structure, and I was like, "Oh, chicken rancher."
Yeah,
it's a chicken rancher at work.
It's
already.
Our timing was good. What with the pandemic and everything going on, we had everything lined up. So once the shutdown started, we had a fresh chicken delivery to take our mind off of things. It's been great.
Oh, I mean, believe me, if I had the foresight, a lot of things I would have done differently this pandemic.
Packed more t-shirts.
Maybe, though I will say I've had a bit of fun just buying new ones.
This is true.
But I started this pandemic with 2 pairs of pants, one of which was velvet and remains velvet, and a pair of track pants. Now I have I guess I have 3 pairs of pants now and 2 track pants. I'm wearing both of the track pants right now, not to brag.
Chilly.
If you don't know, oh yeah, because the original track pants which got shredded doing sweet jumps on my bike. Then I got another pair, but now the new ones look cool, but they're not quite as warm, so I wear them both at the same time, and that, my friend, is true luxury. But yeah, I bought a lot of bullshit over this.
Fun buying clothes online when you can't shop in stores, because why not?
Well, I think I've worn this sweater a couple times at least. I wore it this past Saturday for our wildly successful
smash hit
screening of Disco Dancer, the soundtrack to which you're hearing in the background. I don't think I'll ever tire of it. And we had a great discussion afterwards with Shonali Bhowmick, Nashville's Bollywood expert, and Anuvad Paul from Mumbai, hilarious comedian, dear friend, both of them dear friends, and he's the author of this book, of course, Disco Dancer, which I keep with me at all times.
It was a lot of fun. We got to do more.
Oh, it was good fun. I think we'll do more.
I want to see the spy one that the star of Disco Dancer, I forget his name right now. Anuvad was talking about a spy movie that he did that sounded really good.
I mean, it's endless. The thing is, I've tried to watch another Bollywood movie since Saturday. It's only Monday now. I shouldn't be so hard on myself, but both times I attempted, I was like, do I have what it takes to watch a Bollywood movie, which is to say, energy for 3 hours of viewing. Now, I texted with Shanali on Sunday, the day afterwards, and I was saying the same thing. I said, I want to watch another Bollywood movie. I want to crack open another Thumbs Up soda, no B. And I said, they're so long, though. And she said, oh, well, when they screen them, as discussed, she's like, there should be a thing that tells you when the intermission is in the actual movie.
Yeah.
But my problem is when I watch that. Have you seen those, Chris, in your viewings?
No, I haven't come across any of those yet. But
I think they maybe remove them for Netflix and Amazon, which I take umbrage with now that I know they exist.
I love a good intermission.
I would love someone to tell me to go take a break, because
stretch your legs. You won't miss anything. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I love, if you get an intermission. I went to the Met for an opera. What opera, Dave? I don't remember. But it was super long, but they had intermissions, and I was like, I'm eating, I'm drinking, I'm chatting.
Mm-hmm.
Was no problem. Got through it. The other thing I learned about operas, if I can just run into that subject, is that my friend Meredith had an extra ticket. She was actually given to, it's not important to her. Anyway, I wound up at the opera with her, and we were seated in the fanciest seats at the Met they make. They're for fancy people going to see the opera all the time. People like season ticket holders. Mm-hmm. And there's, what's it called? The libretto? The program or whatever? I don't know. And then there's the little box in front of you that translates the thing the whole time. The thing that was so rewarding about the opera, and this is the same reward that I get out of Bollywood movies, is no one really knows what's going on. When you talk to people in the intermission, you think, well, this guy, look at this guy. This guy knows what's going on in this opera. No one knows. Everyone's like, wait a minute, that guy, he's in love with the other guy, and that's why he poisoned the other guy, right? They're like, no, that's his brother. He was just thirsty. And so I felt better because, I felt like, I'm not so bad. I got some of it.
I mean, I got to be honest. Like, it's rare for me to come out of a movie and actually understand the plot of it. So an opera would just be like 10 times as hard for me.
I feel better hearing you say that, because I swear I've spent most of my life, despite being a genius, despite being world famous, sure, most of the time I'm like, I am an idiot. I don't understand movies. I don't understand commercials for dog food. Just basic things. This happens, that happens. I'm lost very easily. Yeah. So I feel not so alone hearing you say that, Chris. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, even like movies that I'm really into, I have to go back and watch them again, or just read the full synopsis to make sure. Yeah.
I do that all the time. I watch movies, and then sometimes I'll stop them because I think I'm lost.
Yeah.
And I'll read the synopsis up to the point where I am in the movie. I'm like, oh no, that's exactly what I thought was going on.
Most movies are so bad that you almost don't want to believe it.
Yeah, because you're like, that can't be what's happening.
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side, as you know, as was discussed, we've I've been jumping around countries, genres, and watching all these different movies. And this one movie by Jean-Luc Godard, Weekend, which I highly recommend if you haven't seen it already. I watched it and I was like, that might be one of my favorite movies ever that I've ever seen.
It's just called Weekend?
Old State.
Yeah, it's called Weekend. And I was like, that movie's awesome. I love it. It's one of my favorite movies now. And then, like a week or so ago, I was like, oh, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to watch one of my favorite movies again, Weekend. I put it on, and I swear to you, I remembered every scene looked complete. I'm like, I don't remember seeing any of this. There was certain scenes where I was like, oh yeah, I remember these two. But most of it, I was like, I don't remember any of this. So I think I was maybe drunk the first time. Very possible. falling asleep. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what my point is. I guess what I want to say is we have an incredible program for everyone here tonight. Thank you all for joining us in the chat. Matt Arnold, Billy D, Dave B, Jamie M, Cosmic Matrix, Jessica Kybel, Elvira Canaver. I'm just scanning. If I didn't say your name, it's not because I don't love you. Wade Snook. Now there's a bastard. Let me be clear. Anyway, our guests tonight have a brand new book. I believe it's out tomorrow. Shaina Feinberg and Julia Rothman. They have a great New York Times column. And this book, we've had, there's the book. There it is. Everybody. Everybody. So they're going to be on shortly to chat. And then everyone call in 347-474-0260, or that would be preferable since we already have two guests tonight. We have a lot of screen real estate being eaten up. So that phone calls are preferable to Zooming, but you can Zoom if you choose. In the descriptions of the YouTube window is the Zoom link. So we'll grab some of those a little later in the show. If you're waiting already, please be patient. We'll grab you at some point. So anyway, I'm very excited. Shaina, as you know, some of you may remember, as my partner in crime in the early days of the goddamn Dave Hill Show on WFMU. And then she went and had a human baby and was out with that and botched cosmetic procedures, honestly. And we'll get into all that. Finally. We didn't really cover this. Did you guys have any wild New Year's happenings?
I think I was like 10:30.
Were you really?
Oh yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
We did the countdown and then realized we didn't have because we don't drink, so we didn't have any champagne. So we just
neither one of you drink.
Yeah, so we just cracked open.
That's like a level playing field.
Yeah, it works out.
See, we were the total opposite. Part of the reason we went to bed at 10:30 is we've kind of been drinking most of the day,
boozing all day.
Bailey's in the coffee, and then kind of maintaining off of that and elevating where needed. As it's a holiday.
I had Bailey's in my coffee for the first time, maybe ever, on Christmas Day. I think.
It's not the worst.
Around there. I just had a little bit, about as much as you would put creamer in your coffee, which I don't normally do.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, I should just do this every day because it's totally wiped out my anxiety that I started literally every day with. I don't have it now.
Yeah.
I guess I'm a little... So the main thing is to just be just slightly drunk at all times. Hard to maintain.
Yeah.
But at the same time, something to think about.
It's an option.
So we drank seltzer out of champagne glasses.
I love it.
That was our New Year's.
You know, if you drink seltzer fast enough, in my experience, it can be anything you want it to be. Just drink it really fast. You can be like, I'm drinking a Coke. I'm drinking an Orange Crush. I'm drinking a beer. I'm drinking a champagne. I'm drinking. There's a Thumbs Up not 10 feet away from me in the fridge. I'm so tempted to just have it, but then
save it.
I'm going to be out of Thumbs Up.
Did you say you ordered it online or you got it at a store?
I ordered it online from a store. I think just like some little shop in Skokie, Illinois. Somehow I just did a search for it. Now, I have the empty cans. Someone is trying to sell an empty Thumbs Up can for $25 on eBay.
Wow.
So you know what I'm going to do?
Sell them for $20.
Well, I was going to say $24.99, but that's probably better. $20.
That's weird. I remember there was a ridiculous eBay listing of like a guy who was just selling 100 packets of Taco Bell sauce. You know, they have like all different varying types of sauces. And it wasn't anything special about it. It was just like 100 packets of Taco Bell sauce, and the listing got up to like $600 or something.
Do you think just out of like just people losing their minds?
Yeah, I think it was just like let's spend a ridiculous amount of money on Taco Bell hot sauce packets.
I
Maybe-
kind of love it.
Maybe there was a vengeance angle, like in Disco Dancer, the way Jimmy got the guy to spend
Oh yeah.
70 lakh rupee on the
Yeah.
thing. I
Yeah,
don't
he's
know
like
what the hell.
70.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I was gonna buy it all.
Mm.
Good stuff.
Now, what was the thing the guy on eBay he sold a paperclip, and then he did it all trade. He traded a paperclip, and he kept doing it, and eventually got a house.
Wow.
Like for the price of a paperclip, he bought it, but it was like a shitty house somewhere he wouldn't want to live, and it was probably became a bigger problem for him then. But you gotta admire his moxie.
Michael Braun just wrote in the comments, there's all sorts of cool eBay auctions if you just put the word haunted in front of an item you're looking for.
It is. I'm gonna be up all night doing
I
that.
know.
Thanks a lot. There's that, and like
Haunted
it's
guitars.
amazing how much like stuff like prison related stuff. There's all sorts of wild things on the internet.
What kind of prison?
That's
What
I
kind
want.
of prison stuff?
Just a
can you
lot of
get?
prison artwork, phones that have been in butts, stuff like that. No, I don't know about the phone. I'm guessing you could probably buy a phone that's been up someone's butt. Right?
If you're a collector.
Do you think
maybe,
that's a fetish? It must be. Everything is of someone's fetish.
It'd have to work. I want the phone to work. Nothing else.
The thing is, like, I'd be
It-
curious.
Be
What's
anything
the-
with somebody.
what's
like
the
it only
largest
turns you
phone?
on if it works.
Kinda. I mean,
Yeah, or if it's
starters.
like, someone has a thing, prepaid cell phones that have been up someone's butt that still work, but they have to be prepaid card. The thing is, I wonder, what is the largest phone that anyone's ever smuggled up their buttocks, butthole, anus, butt?
Yeah, like the iPhone X Plus.
Yeah, like what's the capacity? I don't know, because it's probably Googleable.
Yeah.
Or I have a man on the inside. I could get in a hold of him.
StarTacs were still kind of wide back then too, so maybe not.
I know, but people do it or did it. I don't know.
Everybody loves a challenge.
I mean, I imagine like smartphones are just not easy at all.
And then what? Do you have to turn the phone off? Like, what if you do you get a signal still? A phone if it's up your butt, Chris?
Where do you charge it? I don't know.
Well, you charge it when you get it out, but arguably you could put it up your butt and it could be on, and you could still be getting a signal and get some calls.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. It's just like kind of being in your pocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Essentially.
I
stands to
wonder.
reason.
You have to be really secretive though when you have the phone, right? Because they're completely not allowed.
Yeah, but isn't like Bill Cosby tweeting from prison?
Oh God.
It's true.
Is he not? Or no? I'm not on Twitter.
He has.
Thank God.
He did tweet something recently. Maybe Camille visited. She brought the phone. He's like, "Let me borrow it." I don't know.
Camille is his wife.
Yes,
She still
She's-
stands by him.
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
You know. Old fashioned.
Stand by your man. Stand by your convicted rapist man.
Hey.
I don't know the actual charges, but I'm guessing.
Convicted. So yeah.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah. He's a convicted rapist. Bill Cosby.
It's weird, right?
Jello pudding spokesman. convicted rapist.
In that order.
Those are his legacies.
Yep.
Man, oh man. Anyway, we do have. Let's take one real quick Zoom call. You're never gonna guess who this is.
Ing Dave.
No, Ing Dave. We should call Ing Dave. I'm a little wary of calling him, given the fact that he's a conspiracy theorist and telling people not to take the vaccine.
Actually,
Wait,
I say take it twice.
We can't see you, Elvira Canaveral. There he is.
Sorry about that, fine folks. I really enjoyed Disco Dancer on Saturday. That was a good time all together, getting together, and just being in sincere joy of the possibly greatest film of all time.
Wait, you were saying you're being insincere in your joy?
No, sincere joy.
Sincere, yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, because people think that we're like mocking it, but the reason that it works is because it's completely sincere. It's the same reason that Leslie Nielsen works in Airplane. It's the sheer sincerity of the lines that they deliver. If they were to kind of do anything to crack or wink at the audience, it wouldn't hold up as well. You know,
I'm with you.
This was made with a deep intentional way, which I think is why the director gets kind of in a fuss about it. But he doesn't understand the kind of, for it to be funny to comedians, it has to be sincere. You know, they have the old line about, you know, to make people laugh, you dress the person up like an old woman and have them fall down a hole. For a comedian to laugh, it actually has to be an old woman. So there's the sincerity.
Well, I don't think it was all comedians that were. It was all sorts of people. Everyone loves it.
Oh yeah. But that's why I want to say when comedians do make fun of it and share the joy, it's not just because it's a comedy. It's because it is so sincere. It is so, you know, you believe in guitar phobia, you know.
Oh yeah.
So and it's just a beautiful thing. So thank you for that, and I want to encourage more of that behavior in the future.
Oh, there'll be more of it. Now I can't help but notice you have your bass ukulele with you.
Shannon Marie here. Yeah.
Is there any chance you'd be willing to? We have our guests on the on deck circle. So, would you? Is there any chance you could favor us with a little tune?
We'll see what.
It would be a shame. What the hell happened? Chris? God damn it, Chris.
I was really enjoying that, but
right. I was too. Elvira Canaveral, thank you for that. We got to bring our guests in here. Authors of the new book, Everybody or Everybody. We're gonna find out exactly. I mean, this is I've sort of teased it. So here they are.
Hey.
There they are. You're there.
Dave!
Hey, guys.
Shayna Feinberg and Julia Rothman.
Evening.
Hello.
Julia, I noticed on first of all, thank you guys for doing this.
Thanks for having us.
This is our book party.
Yeah.
I know. This is the book is out tomorrow, correct?
Yeah.
This is our party.
This is amazing.
It's good.
I'm sorry, you guys. There's the book.
Okay, that's an old cover.
That was before they allowed me to be on the cover.
Yeah, what the fuck? I was gonna ask the same thing. Chris? Why do you have an old cover? Why weren't they gonna allow you to be on the cover?
Well,
not gonna not allow. Shaina was my helper, and then she did so much that it was obvious that she was an author too. And then I was like, please, Shayna's an author too. And then Shaina was an author.
Oh,
yeah,
was not never allowed.
Oh, okay, that was really.
Well, they were like.
But that was like an old cover from the beginning.
From the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I saw that when Chris put it up, and I was like, that's confusing. That's going to be my second question.
That was on Amazon. I'm
Well,
sorry.
now it was your first one.
I know. No, it's not your fault, Chris. I blame the media.
We're sorry that it's even out there.
My first. Well, no, I need to. Julia, right before earlier tonight, I saw she posted her sweater, which from where she's sitting, you're probably like, oh, that's just a nice sweater, but it's covered in nipples.
Yeah.
Where
This
did
is
you
what
get?
I would have wore to our book party. So here it is.
I
tonight.
love it. Where now? I hate to sound like an old lady, but where do you get, or like my dad? But where do you get a nipple sweater? I guess you just Google nipple. Is it
Instagram told me that I wanted it.
really?
Always. This is how
Isn't
I
it?
shop now.
Isn't it
Get it
weird
right
how they?
sometimes.
They're like, you would like this. It's a company called Fashion Brand Company
Fashion brand?
with a really, really unique name.
Really? That seems. If I send my money to a company
very
called
cool clothes.
Fashion Brand, I was like, that they're not sending that. That thing's never going to show up, but it did.
Yeah. I'm so happy it did.
I love it. It seems like something that would be like Japanese inspired, a nipple sweater.
Now, I have to point out, Julia, that Dave is like a major sweater wearer. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Dave is always
I like
wearing
that sweater.
an awesome sweater.
I do like that one.
Oh, thanks. I've worn it literally every day since Christmas.
Pretty good.
Did you just get it?
I just got it, yeah. But I've been wearing it. I sleep in it sometimes.
If I was going to draw you, I'd say, please wear that sweater.
It's you can't really tell, I don't think, but it's covered in dog hair because I'm always loving and rubbing up on my dog in it, and vice versa. But let's focus. So your book, is it pronounced everybody or everybody, or it could be either one?
Yes.
Yeah, it could be either. I never thought we would get that question.
Well, I'm one of the greats.
Yeah.
Is it never?
I say everybody.
Everybody.
But it could be everybody. It's also.
Totally could be.
It could be. Could be.
Okay, next question.
That's all I had on my notes. Thank you for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Everybody. Well, Shaina was on a little while back, and we were teasing the book, getting into it a little bit. But this is when we really need everyone listening, watching tonight, and everyone listening to the podcast version that'll come out Friday. And everyone has to go buy this book because it's the best. It's got sexy stuff. It's got body stuff. It has something for, no pun intended, everybody. How do you guys know each other?
Well,
Never been asked that, have you?
We've been asked. At least twice. But we met at a friend of ours was making like a breast cancer awareness video. And
We were both showing our boobs.
Yeah.
Really?
We were there. And you know who else was with me? Dave was my mom.
Mrs. Feinberg.
Yeah, she was in the video too.
With her boobs out?
No, like our boobs were like in stuff, but they were
Semi-visible.
My mom was like, it was close to like maybe a year after my dad died, and she was like, why the hell not? So she came, and then, anyways, I met.
It was diverse. It was a diverse group of all kinds of people showing boobs to show how to check for cancer.
So it's all women, like people with boobs.
Yes.
And
No
then
moves.
all with boobs hanging out, and Shaina was like, "Hi, you look like a shy person not talking to anyone. I'm Shaina," and I was like, "Hi."
I'm sociable. I like to chat.
Oh, I know. That's how we became friends.
Yeah.
And so then you guys started doing stuff together in the New York Times.
Yeah,
Paper of
just
record.
after that.
Wait, what?
Well, first we did. Well, actually, then it was like a year before we became friends.
Oh my God. Wait, what happened? What happened? Why didn't you become friends right away?
I don't know. We liked each other and we hung out that whole day. But then I guess, life gets away from you.
Yeah.
And then
You have not a baby, but a child.
That's right.
That'll eat up your time. Julia Rothman, do you have childs?
I do not
No
have
childs.
childs.
But we both had dogs at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And but then we ran into each other like 9 months later, and then we became friends. And then we started doing these like little pieces together.
First I invited you to a party. That's
Yeah,
why
you invited me to a party and I came.
What was the party?
I have a
Hanukkah
Hanukkah party every year. A
You
very
do?
festive one. Yes. Very fun.
Assuming, I know. Well, I shouldn't. Just wondering if I could come to your Hanukkah party next time.
You can come.
It's probably too
You should
soon.
come, Dave. It's really delicious.
I would like to, but I realize like I haven't really earned my invite yet.
But you did.
Okay,
But
I'm
Dave,
in.
You're good. You're like an honorary Jew.
I really am. I feel like I would thrive at a Hanukkah party. I've
would.
been to a lot of, I've ticked a lot of the Jewish event boxes, I guess.
Passover.
Passover, check.
Shiva?
Shiva.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shiva,
That's
I don't
all
know.
there is. What else is there?
I didn't
Passover,
know.
Hanukkah, Shiva.
I've done Shiva. I did Shiva at Shayna's house.
Yeah.
And I thought you were supposed to go every day, but then you're not supposed to.
No,
and I
you were the only person who came more than once.
I came at least twice,
Yeah.
but maybe more than that. I can't remember. But I remember.
I thought it was amazing that you showed up again.
I thought
Are you not
in
supposed to go
retrospect.
twice?
It's not that you're not supposed to, but like once you come once, that's enough. You don't have to come again. But Dave came multiple times, and it was very nice.
Well, I had a great time. I mean, the circumstances weren't ideal, but everything else around about it was great.
Yeah, it's you chat, you eat.
Yeah, it had everything I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And I did what's it called? Shit, what's the thing where you do the break fast?
Break fast, Yom Kippur.
Yom Kippur. I don't know why I couldn't think of Yom Kippur.
Where did you do a break fast? You did that in the city?
Are you kidding me? I must have told you this story. This is documented in public, so I'm not afraid to bring it up. Normally I'd keep this, stories like this to myself. I had Yom Kippur at Joan Rivers' house in
Oh, I do know. Yeah,
in 2003.
Wow.
And so talk about just really going full on Yom Kippur breakfast. I went straight to the top. Full on. Yom
What did you
Kippur.
eat?
I think like brisket and stuff.
Okay.
As I recall. I don't know. I think I had Yom Kippur food.
What a life you've had.
What a life I've had. What a life. I hope it's not over. I mean, many days I wish it's at least some portion of every Monday. I do wish it would end. But, hopefully not for a while now.
No. You got a long time left.
But let's focus though. This is, the onion and the ointment with this show and my life really is an inability to focus. Let's focus on the book, Everybody, which everybody, see what I did? Needs to go buy or order online, I guess, since it's.
Yeah.
I guess you can go to bookstores, right?
I think I got the right cover.
Oh, look at Chris
Yay.
doing the work.
But let me say, tomorrow you could go to a store and buy it.
You could, yeah.
And what you can't see right from here is that it has a nice texture on the cover. It's super thick. There's art inside too, lots of art.
Yeah. Well, that's the amazing. It's what I love about what you guys do. There's beautiful art and there's beautiful writing. And this book, I have to say, if young Dave Hill had happened upon this book, forget it. Just boobs right on the cover. Game over.
Great.
Yeah, but I'm more mature now. Now that it doesn't, that doesn't.
No big deal now, right?
Not a big deal.
Nipple
That's
sweater,
not
cheers.
why I'm telling people to buy the book. I was just thinking, it's hard not to imagine being a child
Yeah.
stumbling upon this book in the woods.
There's boobs
Someone's
inside too.
I know.
And more.
Yeah.
What inspired you guys to do this book together, or like do this book? Period.
Well, this is Julia. You go.
I had this idea for a long time. There wasn't a book like this. And there wasn't
No.
like a book that was modern and it had art and it was the kind of book teenagers want to buy for themselves or young people or anybody.
What is there a target?
Well, now it has so
reader for
much
this book?
stuff in it that I feel like maybe it's a little older. What do you think, Shaina?
I think it's a little older. But I mean, like I think teenagers would be into it, but I also think people like so many ages would be into it.
It goes to
20,
menopause
40,
and
yeah.
old, having sex when you're old. So
Yeah.
runs
It
the
deals
gamut.
with all kinds of things.
Stories.
I
by
think it would
people
be appealing to like
about going through it.
Yeah, to humans.
To humans, anyone with parts.
It's for humans.
Yeah, it's for
Good one.
humans.
That's good.
Yeah.
That.
It's a book for humans.
Yeah.
There you go. Do you guys have a favorite story from the book? Has anyone asked you
Not
that
a
before?
good question. That's so hard. There's 327.
Like anonymous stories, and then there's interviews and essays too.
Just pick a topic and then we'll tell you a story about it.
Yeah.
Well, is it Jessica Kybell raises a good point. If she didn't phrase it this way, I'm adding to it. But since this is the book release essentially.
Yeah.
I've decided. What would you guys read a portion of it?
Yeah, I'll get mine. Hold on.
Well, you want us to read stories out of it?
I'll read it. I'll read
Yeah,
it.
just give a little taste.
Locked and loaded.
Just give people a little.
Okay, do you want a funny story, a sad story, a entertaining story, a first time story?
Dave Bamundo just wrote Pink Sock.
Oh God.
What's that?
Well, that's what we talked about last time.
That was Shaina. Yeah.
Is that
Pink
in the
Sock?
book? I think that's what he
Pink
was.
Sock's not in the book, unfortunately. It's like our one oversight. But the second
Good job for getting that, Chris. Thanks.
the second one will have that.
The Pink
There's COVID
Sock.
stories.
Don't Google it, Dave.
Wait, I'm scared because I don't know what this is.
No,
Oh, don't Google
leave
it.
it alone.
I don't.
I want to know.
When your butthole falls out, like when you're.
But then they have to put it back in, right?
Collapse goes
I mean,
Yeah.
you have to. That's
you-
just science.
Yeah.
You have to
Pulls
put a
out 'cause
butthole
of
back.
What?
Put the
Could be
back.
like maybe put too much stuff in it,
It's
or sometimes
My friend just texted me and said, "You don't know what that is."
I am shocked that you don't know. Or if you lift something really heavy, like
Okay.
then it's like your anus can prolapse, your butthole will fall out.
But this is a basic rule of life. Put things back where you found them. So to the person that
that's
dragged
not-
the butthole out
There's
of the
a lot
butt,
of injuries though in here.
Yeah, there are injuries.
Butt injuries. We could
Well,
read that.
yeah, it's pretty
you
easy to
you
do.
And
read
other
something,
injuries.
and then I'll read something.
Wait, what? Do you want me, Shaina? What do you want me to read?
You read whatever. Read them.
Like a whoops what?
Yeah, read it. Whoops, what? You guys all speak gibberish. Julia, do you speak gibberish?
Sure.
Sure, I can.
Then I could be like, Jidgulia daga, Ridigid daga, Stidgor. Can you understand that?
I can't.
Okay,
Yeah?
I'll read a whoops. I'll read a whoops what.
Okay, read a whoops what.
My partner was masturbating, but called me over because he wanted to finish in my mouth. He ended up coming just as I was leaning over, and the cum shot up into my nose. I had to blow my nose so much to get it all out.
I have follow-up questions. Was there setup like where he was just hanging out masturbating, and then he was like, "Hey, get over here!" Like where they were not
This
messing
is
around
all we
together.
know. We don't know. This
Was
is
the-
the story we were either sent or talked to somebody, and that's all they gave us.
Oh wow!
Telling what the partner was doing prior. Kind of makes it more dangerous. More
Hey,
fun.
get over here! Hey, get
Sit
over here!
down.
Hey!
You want another whoops what? All
Please.
the whoops what are really short.
Please, yeah. That's like, you know how people get like favorite literature quotes tattooed on their body in places where they themselves cannot read them?
Yeah.
I would get that last one tattooed on my neck. Like, what is that? Oh, it's just a quote that means a lot to me from Everybody by Julia Rothman and Shaina Feinberg.
Great.
I may
I
not
have
be
a friend who
that
does
quote.
tattoos. We can make that happen.
I'll
Okay,
think about
ready?
it.
Yes, go.
I met this guy once who had beads under the skin of his penis. It's almost like a dermal piercing, but it's in the penis. At first, I thought there was something crazy wrong with his penis, but it felt amazing.
So this guy, he had implants in his dingus.
Yeah.
That's somebody we talked to in the park. I remember that person.
But he implanted beads into his penis.
Is that like a tribal thing? What would that fall under? Is it like a
It's just a
frat
sex
thing?
fetish thing.
Yeah, God bless him. But that falls into my category of, I mean, maybe I'm just boring, I guess, but I always think like things are pretty good already that I wouldn't need to go the extra distance of getting things surgically.
But if things could be so much better, wouldn't you want to see?
Yeah, I don't know though.
But also, people have different like pain thresholds and things that they're, like they might like some pain or whatever. So they're like, let's put some beads in my penis,
Yeah, Chris, do you have beads in your penis?
No.
All right.
No.
Wonder what kind of beads would be advised. Like glass,
Mardi Gras beads,
plastic. You don't want.
I'm assuming they're like silicone.
I was thinking jade. I don't know why.
That's nice.
Jade.
Yeah.
Does
Fancy.
jade have healing powers, Shaina? You know this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Twofer then.
Here, I'm gonna read one about a first time. The first time I had sex was in the back seat of my father's car, and the woman said she'd always imagined the first time would be on a bed of roses. She laughed, and I laughed, and we laughed, and in my head I thought, this relationship won't last long.
Sounds about right.
Beautiful.
Well,
And then
What about you guys? Do you want to tell us about your first time?
It was on Halloween.
On Halloween.
That's about it.
Did you have costumes on?
Sort of, I guess. They were subtle costumes, so by the end there weren't any costumes on.
So no, not like clown makeup or anything.
No.
You're dressed as like obscure TV characters.
I don't think I was even, in costume. So that's about it. That's the first time. Halloween.
I mean,
that's the only
so
thing.
many first times I feel like are kind of boring, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's am I in? Is it are we doing it?
Right.
Is this it? Yeah.
Mine was in the fifth row of a Commodores concert.
Nice.
No, just kidding.
Oh,
I had just come back from the bathroom where someone was blowing coke up my ass with a straw.
Don't judge.
No. None of these details are true. I would say things have been so awkward. I'm not sure out of the first 5 or 6 times which time would have counted as the first time.
Yeah. There's a story. Where is the story about the ripping the condom? Do you remember that?
That's in Whoops Foo. I'll read a first time a positive first time while we're waiting for you to find that.
Yeah, do it.
By the way, if anyone wants to call in, 347-474-0260 and share some stories,
That would be nice.
we're all ears.
My first time was really, really good. Of all my friends, I was the quote unquote late guy. I was 19. It was Southern California. I went on a date with this girl and she took me home. She really took control of the situation because I didn't know what I was doing. She was on top of me. When I came, she whispered in my ear, "Wasn't that amazing? It feels like your brain is floating on champagne bubbles." And it really did.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shayna likes that one.
I like
Can
that a lot.
Can I tell you a story? I swear this did not happen to me, but I know the two guys in the story,
Yeah.
and I wish this story. If you do a sequel, I'll track down these guys.
Yeah.
Or one of the key guy in the story. But in high school, there was one guy who, was kind of, I guess, more advanced, more experienced, sexually and socially and everything. And so he got his buddy, who was not really experienced in much, just a shy fellow. I'm not talking about myself, I swear. And they apparently went out with these two girls that, like, the experienced guy knew the guy, and the girl, like, is like, "Yeah, I'll bring my friend, whoever." And they went out and they're driving around the suburbs of Cleveland, and the shy guy is in the back seat, and the girl gave him a blowjob, apparently. His first ever blowjob. He's like a junior or senior in high school or something. And so then the experienced guy who's driving then takes him home, and he says, "All right, see you later." And the guy, he's like not getting out of the car. And he's like, "Well, see you later." And apparently the experience was so powerful that he said, he's like, "My legs don't work." And the other guy had to carry him into the house. And I choose to believe this is true.
That's very
Wait, Shayna,
cinematic.
what's that story? The one sentence story.
Wait, what?
There's the one sentence story that's similar to that.
Oh, read it, please.
I want to say that's very cinematic. Like, I can see that as like
I'm gonna find it.
in a movie or like a TV show.
Oh, yeah.
Because you could see him carrying the other guy, like how people carry, like when they get married.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like carrying him over the threshold. I don't know. There's like I feel like that's like a high maintenance episode or something.
Oh, it's so amazing.
Speaking of high maintenance, here's the one liner. Ready?
Okay, do it.
One time I got stoned and my girlfriend at the time gave me head and I felt like I saw a new color. That's it.
Wow.
Done.
Here's this one I like. The first condom I bought was an extended pleasure condom because I was like, I don't want to come too early. And they have this numbing agent in them. So I was going to have sex with my girlfriend for the first time. And I opened the condom with my mouth. And a few seconds later, I was like, why are my lips numb? Then I put it on and I couldn't feel anything down there. I was like, what a calamity this is. I just like that when their penis and their mouth were numb. And they were like, this is a calamity.
The word calamity.
Who is the guy how old was the person that used the word calamity? I like that word, but you don't hear it enough.
Well,
Anonymous.
It's anonymous. So
but you guys
we have the stats of all the people, but we don't, they're not, so they're sort of associated with the stories, but we can't see their names or
so it's like we don't,
you'd have to look at it. It'd have to be a process to find out which story goes with.
But you guys, for this book, some stories were submitted anonymously, but for some of them also, though, you went out in public.
Yes.
And like just got strangers to tell you stories.
We stood on the street with a sign.
Yeah.
And they filled out paperwork, like gave us their data there.
amazing.
We talk to so many people that it's like, sure, you can like you can remember some people for some stories, but you don't necessarily.
I remember the people.
Yeah, but some people, it's like, I feel like there was a lot of people we talked to, and there's like also I think you just don't necessarily like, even if you can remember their face, you don't remember their data necessarily. Like you're gonna be like, maybe that person was in their 50s or whatever.
What was it like standing on public soliciting stories? Were there any like, did anyone freak out or anything? Did anyone chase you away?
No.
Were like anything weird? What's
Shayna I was very shy. I just stood there holding the sign, and Shayna would be like, "Hi, can we talk to you about sex?" And then people would come over because Shayna's very approachable and looks friendly, and so people just said, "Okay." And then they came over and talked to us. But then sometimes people really when we were in New Orleans, there was like a line to talk to us. And also another time in New York, I can't remember, where we were like, hold on, stand here, you stand here, you stand here. We need some privacy.
Yeah, in New York, where it would be like, can you guys like, because you want it to feel like you want the person to feel like they're having like their confessional moment or whatever.
Yeah.
So there would be times where it'd be like, we need a little space. There was one time where a guy came up to us and like was clearly just telling us his like sex novel. Like it wasn't real. And he like
in first person.
That was in Prospect Park, I think.
Yeah. So needless to say,
we didn't understand what was happening. You were like, is this? He's like, a sex story? Oh, okay. And then he's like, once upon a time, there was a woman, and it was a story he was making up, and we just had to listen to the whole thing.
And then we were like, thank you so much, and we like walked away, and then he like came back and was like, and then she like she was like kind of like looking like, I don't know, it was just like very bizarre.
Yeah.
And
there was a few times that were scary. Like you would be like, I don't want this person to touch me. Like sometimes they'd like put their hand on your shoulder while they're talking to you or something, and you'd be like, don't touch me.
Because sometimes
because they think, if you're talking about sex, then you must really easygoing, and you're like, want to know and be close. And we're like, no, this is a serious thing here.
Yeah, so it's like people can kind of like confuse like being listening or whatever with like them getting, I don't know, hitting on you or whatever, closeness, some kind of intimacy.
Yeah.
And also sometimes people this was before COVID, but I still was a germaphobe. So
we had hand sanitizer all the time, and we would put it all over our hands and arms.
Yeah. We would just be like slathering up.
But also there was a lot of people who weren't hitting on us, but it seemed like they were sad when it was time to end, because they are telling you this really intimate story. Because I know I'm reading you the funny ones, but there's a lot of sad or deep kind of confessional things in here. And a lot of the people had never told anyone before, or they were about assault, or they were about not having sex ever before, and they were embarrassed, or
people talked to you that had never had sex.
Oh, so many. That was the thing we got the most about. That vaginismus, which is like an involuntary contraction of the vagina where nothing can go inside. Sexual assault, I would say, being a virgin still at an older age, like over 20, 30, 40. And then vaginismus. Those were the three popular topics.
It was also interesting, like people really wanted to, several people told us about like cheating. Like that was like a thing that they wanted to.
Do you think they wanted to get it off their chest?
Yeah. And
there's one very memorable one I think you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that one?
In Union Square, or a man sat with us and was like, I never told anyone this. I've had a wife for the story's in there. I had a wife for a really long time, but I'm in love right now with someone else. I'm just completely in love. I never knew what love was like until now. Whoa. But he's in this partnership with his wife, and he's not going to leave. But
he wasn't like he was. He had been married a lot. Like he could have adult children. I think he probably,
Wow.
you know what I mean? Like he was not, it wasn't like he was like, had just gotten married 4 years ago or something. Like it was an interesting, like it felt like a thing that he just really wanted to share with us. There was also a person,
somebody who I felt like didn't want to leave. Remember, we're like, okay, thanks. And he was like, just stayed. And we were
he
like,
sat there between us for a while. There was also a woman, this person didn't not want to leave, but they like really tracked us down so that then they could tell us the story of having sex in a church bathroom. It was just like important to them to tell this story.
Did they do it to sort of like get one over on the church just because?
No, not at all. It just
convenience.
Happened. Yeah,
well, she had said she'd never told it. She said at the end of the story, "I'm so glad I got that off my chest." Right?
Yeah. But I think it was just like important. Like
it was in the 70s.
Mm-hmm. So I think
people of all ages. So that was nice. That was a story.
I remember
that
like we were like we kept talking to other people, and that person like she like kept wanting to come. Like we had to be like, okay, we're gonna get to you. We promise. Like it's like there's this. I don't know. I think people are really desperate to like talk with like no strings attached. Like these people all then like signed paperwork. Like they were happy to share the story, but it was like it wasn't like therapy because you don't have a commitment to like see this person over and over again. No one's giving anyone advice, but there's like this like feeling that they got from sharing something that had no strings attached.
Yeah, I bet.
And I think that's what the book, when you read it, is like too. It's like, oh, you can feel okay about all these things in your own life and not feel alone because all these people told these things too. I mean, I guess that's cool. Kind of the idea.
Yeah.
Did anyone admit to anything like illegal? Like, did anything alarm you that you thought you'd have to tell someone?
No.
That's good.
Chris, are you confessing?
I was gonna, you know.
There was one BDSM story that went sour where the woman passed out, right? And the person, I don't know if it was man, I don't remember, but felt bad about it. I think that's in the book.
But that one was like they
consented to do it together, but
it was like. Yeah, there was nothing illegal that anyone told us.
No, not
there
illegal.
Were definitely things
just like mishaps.
Yeah. There were things that people told us that they were like, like a thing that happened a few times was that like heterosexual men would tell us that they were like really wanted to be pegged. And
Chris talks about it all the time.
But it's like, that's totally fine. But they thought like they were like the first heterosexual man to ever, like every time it happened, it felt like they were like, okay, I can't believe I'm saying this. Like this has never been said in the history of the world, was like the feeling around it. And it was like,
and then we were like, oh, we just heard that like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, literally.
That was another thing.
Two street corners ago. Don't worry about it.
The book, what I know we've mentioned this, but the artwork is amazing in the book. It's like this book has everything.
Thanks. Here it is.
Everyone's got to get this book.
We got to use, or I have a lot of illustrator friends who make very great art about these topics, and I was finally able to use them for this.
Yeah, it's awesome.
There's comics in there. There's paintings. There's drawings. It's a good collection of stuff.
Yeah. It seems like there could be a sequel easily.
Oh, thanks.
But everyone
already, yes.
What's that?
It hasn't even come out, and we're.
I know, but this is, I'm already way ahead of it. I'm way ahead of it.
Well, we'll see.
Do you guys have favorite stories from the book? Like, is there one favorite that each of you has, or a shared favorite?
I mean, the two that I read, I really like. Like, they always crack me up. I love the quarantine ones, like the COVID ones, which we got So we handed the book in, and then like the coronavirus happened, and we were like, oh no, we can't like put this book out without having a COVID-19 section.
Mm-hmm.
So then we got some more stories, and I actually really love all of those stories. Like one person talks about how they've never created so much sex content. Like they're creating all the sex content in quarantine.
Like
Sexting a lot.
Like sexting and
sending pictures and videos because you can't hang out with anybody. So what can you do?
Oh yeah.
And like someone else talked about like having met right before the coronavirus, like right before lockdown, and like dating but being not seeing each other and like being very strict about that, and then eventually they had a sleepover like many weeks into having this like long distance in the same city relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And
then someone else was like, I just met this person for a few months and then I had to quarantine with their parents.
Yeah.
And how amazing it was, and that they still having quiet, great sex during that whole time.
Wow.
And then there was someone whose boyfriend got out of jail, like out of prison during quarantine, like during early pandemic times, and like had been in for long enough that they like had to then like learn how to like do digital sex stuff and like use their phone and things like that. Like there were just so many good stories.
Wait, you mean they had been in prison for so long that they'd never done that stuff, and then they got out of prison?
Right. Like in March or I don't know, maybe like early pandemic, they got out of prison. You know, like it's just these interesting stories. Like people are so interesting.
Yeah.
And like the thing is, we didn't even take, like obviously there were like a lot of stories that we couldn't even take. Like you have to like narrow it down.
Hundreds. Yeah.
So it's just interesting. Like people just have stuff to say, and like some of the stuff you're like, you know, some of the stuff you don't agree with, or it's not that you don't, it's like some of the stuff, like someone would describe Viagra as like having a gun because they're a person who has a gun, and like that's okay for them. So it's like a thing that I'm like, that's not my life at all. But it's so interesting. Like it's just really
yeah, we tried to include all that because we wanted people who were not like us in this book. So it's not just like a book of white 40-year-old women in New York.
Jewish.
How many
Jewish women? Yeah.
How many? Maybe that's the thing, though. The next book is just that, and then the next book after that is just
so interesting.
Different.
We don't have enough of that ever.
Volumes of stuff. How many locations did you guys go to? Like different cities and things like that, too.
Not many.
Not that we went to a lot of locations in New York.
Mm-hmm. Seems like New York.
Well, the thing about it is that in New York, there's all these people from all other places. So
yeah.
When you're standing in Union Square, you're talking to somebody who's here from visiting from Middle America. There's somebody who's here from Europe. There's
from Morocco.
Right. We talked to all kinds of
so we talked
from all over.
People in New York, like all over New York and Brooklyn and Manhattan, all over. Like we would go to like places where, like we would go to like Coney Island during the Mermaid Parade, so that like we knew there was going to be like a lot of people and people from all over. And then we went to like Union Square, Washington Square Park, like Fulton Mall. We would go to all these different places where we knew there would be people visiting, as well as
you need a lot of foot traffic. You have to have a place where there's enough people walking by that you can be like, hey.
Yeah.
And then we went to New Orleans because we figured that it would be the same situation. Like when I've been there before, it's like when you go to the French Quarter, like everyone is visiting from somewhere else and they're from all over the world. So we went there for 3 days and collected stories for 3 days.
Yeah.
And then we had this website that Julia had built, and like that was where people
got stories from like Kazakhstan. I mean, we got stories from all over the world through the website.
Yeah. Would you guys be up for taking some Zoom calls if anyone wants to Zoom in? If anyone wants to zoom in, or what do you have, Des?
Jimmy's on the phone. Jimmy from Carney.
Oh, Jimmy from Carney.
Oh my God, you're kidding.
Jimmy, you there?
You know this person?
Yeah, Jimmy and Shane go back.
You're on with everybody here, Jimmy.
Hey, Dave.
Hey,
Chris.
Jimmy, how are you?
Hey, Julia.
Hey.
Hey, Shaina, how you doing?
Hi, Jimmy.
Good hearing from you. Congratulations to the both of you. I hope this is much success for you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, that story about the woman who had the ejaculate up her nose, that's nothing to sneeze at.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Oh.
Sorry.
We're just going to let that one float on down the river, Jimmy.
Actually, I did use that line a long time ago in advanced biology in high school. The professor or the instructor talked about a woman who was allergic to her husband's sperm. And I looked at my buddy who was, I think, half high on weed. And I said, you know, that's nothing to sneeze at. And I got him pretty good. But anyway, did anybody talk about dysfunction like prostate problems?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
prostatitis.
just not being able to, keep it going when they wanted to.
EPH issues, maybe.
What
And
issues?
People talked about using Viagra.
Yes.
Yeah.
We just covered this. Jimmy, I have to ask you.
I didn't hear. I'm sorry.
No, you know,
over.
This is off topic, Jimmy, but whenever you call in, I always think of this. As anyone who's heard you on the show before,
Yeah.
well aware, you have the voice of an angel, and I realize
you're too
off
kind.
topic, but it seems like a shame to have you call in and not get at least a few bars of something. While I'm thinking about it, is there anything you can just give us a little taste of something?
So much success, ladies. I'm going to put the phone out.
Yeah, let it breathe a little bit if you can.
Nice to meet you.
Love me 2 times, baby. Love me twice today. Love me 2 times, girl. Till I'm gone away.
That was my fault. I wanted to turn it up because I was having a good time. And
Jimmy, I'm so sorry.
Dial.
Jimmy, if you're out there, thanks for that.
Shit. I'm sorry, Jimmy.
Just Dave, I was just talking with Chris about Jimmy. I was like, do you remember that guy who used to call into the Dave Hill show and he would always sing Tura Lura Lura?
He's back.
I know, but he has new material.
Oh, talk about endless catalog. Well, you know who we want to get to call in or zoom in is Sarah Stewart in the chat says, so you talk to a lot of men who want to be pegged. Have you talked to a woman who pegged a man? Because I'm your interview.
Oh.
Sarah, give us a jangle or zoom into the show. If you want, if you're ready for it. She seems eager to talk. Did you happen to hear that side? Did you get a story like that for the book?
Well, we have stories about not about a woman pegging a man, but definitely like
a person pegging a person.
Yeah. So
they just might not be identifying as
right. So you got stories of people like penetrating other people with strap-ons.
Right. Exactly.
If I can break it down.
Sarah's exact story.
Yeah. Are you pulling one up? Julia? One of those. You don't know. You don't have to.
I want Sarah to call in.
I got another call on hold right now.
Okay,
there we go.
Aaron, are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here. How are y'all doing?
It's Aaron from North Carolina, guys.
Oh, nice. Hello, Aaron.
Oh yeah, well, I wanted to say congratulations on the book, first of all, and then I had a couple stories, and I wanted to know if y'all thought they were red flags or not. You know, just with all y'all's dating experience, y'all might know.
Okay, great.
Alrighty, should I just go on with the first one?
Yeah.
All right, so this happened to a friend of mine, a girl I went to high school with, and she was hooking up with this guy, and things started to get a little heated, and he just ripped off his pants. Didn't bother to take them off, unzip them or nothing, just ripped them straight off his pants. Seams ripped and everything. Do you think that's a little too aggressive, or what do you think?
No. I mean,
was it consensual? Was she down for it?
Oh yeah, no, they had no problems. I don't think it was for them. It wasn't a red flag. I was just a little startled. That was all.
My concern would just be, what does he wear, home or I hate to ruin a pair of pants. That's my thinking.
Right. Yeah, it's not too sensible,
Yeah, it's not
just being in
sensible.
the dark, he probably just had to sneak home or something.
Yeah, but
What's the next? Wait, what's the next story? You said you
strong
have
query.
multiple,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, I had a couple others. The next one was all right. So they two of my friends, they were dating, and first time they were coming over for a little Netflix and chill or something like that, and they popped a pizza in the oven because he likes DiGiorno and all that, and
Good stuff.
every 20 minutes goes by, they're done, and he goes over and he's like, all right, well, this is the worst part, and he just reaches in with his bare hands, takes the pizza up, and then just throws it on the counter, and she just was like, all right, I got to end it right there, because that's just not too smart, asking to go to the ER and all that.
Wait, I'm not sure I understood what just happened. What happened?
Used his bare hands on the pizza?
Yeah, like, didn't get gloves or nothing, just took the pizza out and just, bare hands, scalding and all that, and just threw it on the counter. And couldn't go on another date with him, thought he was too dumb, I guess.
That's
unfortunate.
That might be the right call.
Yeah.
I have to say, that's how they do it. Like, the real, Italian guys at these wood burning places. I mean, they have those, the long wooden stick, but some of them just put their hands right in there. And, there's that guy at DeFaro's, this place. It's delicious pizza, but the guy's hands are scabbed over. So she's missing out.
The common thread so far seems to be bad judgment.
One I wanted to ask y'all about is, basically, I had a friend that was into lighting romantic candles, some cinnamon ones that she lit. And this guy thought it smelled so good, he just needed to take a bite out of it, see what it tastes like. You think that's a red flag or not?
That sounds like a bad idea.
Not such a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I think I like. Really, the only one of the bunch is the guy who ripped his pants off. He's the only one that really.
That's the only one that feels questionable.
That's the only one you probably wouldn't go on a second date with, then.
That just strikes me as poor judgment that could extend to other areas that could be bigger problems.
I like the pizza guy personally.
You what?
I personally like the pizza guy.
The pizza guy seems fun. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah, it makes me want pizza.
Candle biting seems fun too.
I mean, it's that weird texture.
Yeah, I mean, there's the wax lips that they used to put in the Halloween candy. So I support that guy too.
Probably not too sweet.
No, I mean, but I don't know. Yeah, I'd say the candle and the pizza guy seem fine by me. I say second date all the way.
All right. Well, I thank y'all for your input. It's a great guidance, so keep it up. I'll keep watching.
Thank you so much.
All right, have a good night, y'all. Congrats on the book.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The number is 347-474-0260. 347-474-0260. We have a few minutes left. Oh my God, Sarah Stewart. She says, "I'll tell you that what he wanted for Christmas, and that's what he got." I think this refers to the pegging. Just an update.
Giving her the number. I think she's having trouble seeing the number on the YouTube app.
Oh.
But hopefully she hears.
Can I ask where you guys are, or is that like illegal?
Where we are, us?
I know where you are. I know where your bunker is, Dave.
Yeah, my bunker.
But the other two.
I'm in Forest Hills, Queens.
I'm in West Jersey.
Okay. I love the way your interiors look.
Yeah, their interiors are both strong.
Mine's really messy.
I like yours though. I need to have more. I just have like toys and stuff in that bookshelf. So
why do you have toys? Do you have children in the house with you?
No, I mean,
okay.
I feel like a child sometimes.
Are you guys, Julie and Shaina? Are you guys both in New York City?
We are. I'm in Park Slope.
Nice.
I'm in Clinton Hill.
Yes. Your plants are staying very healthy. I have to commend you.
Yeah.
I've got Sarah here.
This, do you see this one here? That's just from the top of a pineapple. We planted it. And it's just been growing and growing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, will the pineapple form at some point?
They say after 2 years. It's been a year now, so maybe next year.
It's amazing.
I know.
Wait, we have Sarah on the phone.
Sarah, you there?
Hi, I'm here.
There you are.
Sarah, you have the floor.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so...
This is Sarah from the chat, the pegging.
I can't wait to hear.
Yep, that's it.
Walk us through
my
it.
ex-husband. That was literally all he wanted for Christmas was
Your ex-husband?
a dildo. What's that?
It's your ex-husband?
My ex-husband. Look, I'm not saying he wasn't fun in the bed, but there were lots of other things he was not particularly good at. Loving me was one of them. So.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
It's okay, but the only thing that he wanted for Christmas was for me to buy a dildo and peg him, and that we only did it the one time, and it was you know what, I'll give you men a lot of credit because that was difficult. That was not.
It's work.
Yeah, that was work. That was not an easy thing to do. So,
What do you mean it was hard to get in there?
It was the angle was difficult because he's taller than I am. So even when he was, down, on his knees, even when I'm on my knees, it was very difficult to work that. And I'll tell you, it took a lot of. Wait, what's that?
I was just going to say, get some old phone books or something to make it more even. But when you're in the moment, you don't think of those things. And well, there's clearly some planning went into this.
I mean, yes and no. It's just not something that you plan on running into. A problem you don't plan on, and you gotta, and I'm sure you guys understand, you've gotta improvise sometimes.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially at the bus station. Wait, what? No.
Did you?
Wait.
Who got the dildo in the divorce?
That's a good question.
Oh, he did, because I bought it for him for Christmas. So that was.
Only fair.
I don't know if his future girlfriends or whatever fulfilled his pegging fantasies, but I will say it was definitely a lot of fun and I enjoyed it, and I get to say that I did that. You're literally the only people I've admitted this to.
They have this skill. They bring the stories out of people.
See?
That's why the book is so great.
Well, people should talk about this stuff because why not?
Yeah, there's no shame.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was a blast. I loved it, and he loved it, and I thought that was. But I do find it very interesting that so many people, so many men, apparently admitted to wanting this.
Mm-hmm.
That's. And I don't know. I feel almost kind of like, well, that's cool because I was actually able to fulfill it for somebody, and so that makes me feel pretty good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then what did you guys do after that? It's
Oh,
Christmas
geez. Oh,
Day,
man.
presumably. You're under the tree. How did you? Is it hard? No further questions. No. No, but in getting it in though, was it that like could a potential? Maybe this is a question for Shane and Julia. Is it possible to have vaginismus of the butthole?
I'm sure it is. I mean, I'm not a doctor. I don't know, but I can just only assume that some people.
Because it would be a psychological thing, condition.
Yeah, let
It's
anything.
also physical. I mean, the
Yeah.
vaginismus is both sometimes, so it could be both the other way too, probably.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I have a story about that too. Weirdly enough.
Let's hear it.
About vaginismus of the butt?
No, not the butt, but me. I had grown up in a very religious household and didn't do anything fun for a very, very long time. I didn't lose my virginity until I was 22, 23, something. I think I was near my 23rd birthday when I finally, so I was 22. And before that, anytime I had any sort of experience with a guy, I couldn't understand why I would have these weird like feelings and pulsations in my vagina. I couldn't understand. And I looked it up and that was what I looked up, and it just turned out it was a fucking orgasm.
Mhm.
And I thought something was wrong with me this whole time.
But didn't it feel good?
I was so, yes, yeah, but I thought something, I was embarrassed and I
catch you
thought
off
something
guard.
was super wrong with me this whole that whole time. That maybe it was, and I thought it was that. I thought it was that for the longest time when I was a teenager, because I thought something was, I was really embarrassed. I'm like, oh my God, I hope the guy can't feel this because I feel bad about it. And I didn't know what it was. And that's dude, guys, religion really fucks you.
That's why
Yeah.
I think it's good to talk about this stuff, because the thing is that there's so much stuff going on that no one talks about. I like one of the
Then everybody thinks something's wrong with them.
Yeah, we did an interview with a forensic sexologist who also like talks and teaches, and he said that like the thing of all of the like thousands and thousands of people that he's taught, the thing that everyone is asking is, am I normal? Is what I'm doing normal? Is how I feel normal?
Mm-hmm.
And he just thinks like, let's take normal out of it and make it all about, it's all natural, you know? And
Yeah.
I don't know, I just think like, imagine if we just talked about these things more, like people wouldn't be like, what is this crazy thing that's happening to me, you know?
Yeah. Like it should be like food. Like no one feels bad about weird food combinations.
Right.
No one worries about it. You just eat it, get on with your day.
Yeah. People take pride in it, actually.
Yeah.
And
My
they
dad.
say, don't yuck my yum.
I've never heard that.
You haven't? Oh, I love that.
Don't yuck my yum.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah.
Oh man,
People
I'm gonna
keep
start
saying
using that all the
about
time.
sex stuff.
Yeah. Don't yuck my. It's still it's that you don't have to change it. It's like what with the sex thing, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. Well, thank you, Sarah.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thanks, Sarah.
I'm sure somebody's listening that feels really inspired and grateful for you for sharing.
Oh, thank you. So, hey, I like again, I've never really shared that. So thank you so much for listening.
Great.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Have a great night. What a perfect.
You too.
We're out of time. I think that was a nice.
Thank you so much for having us, Dave. It was so fun to be on.
Thank you guys, and congrats on the book. It's a great book, and I think as I keep saying, it just is great in so many ways. Even just as a fan of graphics and illustration and stuff, it's great on that level. And then the stories and the writing, it's great on that level. And then my inner 12-year-old who just likes boobs and parts, love it.
Well, thanks for taking off our book.
I mean, you can see the cover there.
Yay.
Wonderful. So everyone, this is an order. Everyone go buy this book. Go however you want to buy it. Just buy it. I'm not going to tell you how to buy it. Unless you guys...
I put the link in the chat to pre-order, but it comes out tomorrow, correct?
It comes out in 2.5 hours.
I'm so excited.
This is so exciting.
Dave, thanks for this was like you were the yacht and this was our champagne.
Yeah.
You know?
Our ship is sailing and thank you for guiding it.
Yeah.
Everybody get this book. I can attest. I have it right in front of me. It's amazing. And you have to get it or I'll be seriously mad. So there.
Well, I'll see you soon, I hope.
Yeah. Hopefully this plague will be behind us soon.
Yes.
Or we can have an outdoor coffee and
yeah.
6 feet.
Chat about pegging or something. Yeah.
Well, it was great
Please.
to see you guys again.
Yes, likewise. What's that?
I said thank you guys for doing the show.
Oh, we couldn't
Yeah,
hear
thank
you.
you so much for having us.
Yeah,
And
thank you guys. And thanks everyone who watched live, and thanks for everyone listening in the futuristic podcast form. We'll see you and hear you next week. Great.
Okay.
I
Bye.
thought it would be good to have an explosion sound.
All right, we're off.